Welcome to Shine Me a Light podcasts, where we go through with one student from the class of 95 and we talk about the last 27 years. Today's episode is Elyssa Mackie. It kind of blows my mind.
That's a really
when
long
I think
time.
about it, like I've got a son who's 19 and I'm like, what the heck? Stop getting older and taking me with you.
Yeah, I don't even think about it anymore.
I need to stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
It would actually make my life a lot better. All right, so
Yeah, it's a random number as well, 27 to come into.
I know. I pitched this idea as a book 5 years ago to the group, and it's sort of just, I think people were sort of like, oh, I don't really want to write something, but recording, people talking, and only takes 90 minutes, and so I think it's kind of easier. And
hopefully I'm a bit I've got no idea what I've got to talk about, and it's all a bit weird with headphones on, and so I haven't done a podcast or an interview or anything. So
everything is weird. All right, well, let's start with 95. Did you do HSC with everybody else? Because not everyone did. Yeah, there you go, another one. That was one of my premises. I thought everyone did HSC together.
No.
So what happened? When did you leave, and how did that come about?
Yeah, so I dropped out halfway through the year. It was very dysfunctional at home for a few years. My parents were not getting along, and it was just super unhappy, and I wasn't coping very well. So at halfway through the year, I refused to go to school. And, I was already, by then I was failing subjects and not doing work. And when they spoke to our lovely year advisor, she agreed that she didn't think it was a good idea for me to continue based on my
bringing their score down
my results.
Sydney Girls High.
So, I know. It could have been something like that, but I ended up repeating at St. Catherine's. So I went back into year 11 and got through the HSC at an entirely different school.
Yep, I did the same. I left before the preliminaries, year 11, and ended up doing year 11 again and year 12 somewhere else. So I relate to that. Yeah. What was it like at the new school? Was it a bit of a culture shock?
Oh my God, I didn't even know that. Yeah. It was, because it was an Anglican school, and there were all these rules. So it was very different, but cool. At the same time, I think the whole year felt like more of a friendly inclusive little unit. They all, if they had a party, the whole year would get invited. So it was kind of, I guess, a smaller community, and kind of inclusive. They thought I was a little bit weird, but I was new though, and on the weekends I'd wear black nail polish, and that was all a bit scary. Yeah, very out there.
So relate.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. So, okay, so you ended up doing HSC there, and then what did you do after you finished?
I went into uni to do arts. I had no idea why I was there or what I wanted to do. So I didn't get through the year there.
The rite of passage, really, for that age.
Yeah. And then I wasn't feeling very well. Like, I had health problems. I had chronic fatigue, and did you hear that?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, cool. Just my noisy computer. So I dropped out of that and kind of bummed around not knowing what I was doing for a while. I did a few
Yeah.
rite of passage. Yeah, I did a few TAFE courses. Interactive. No, what did I do? I did music industry skills down at Gymea, so I got to know the Shire a little bit. And I don't think I made it through that. I think either I kind of wasn't sure why I was doing that either, or how I would ever get into the music industry. So a few false starts. Yeah, well, I wanted to
Cool.
perform with singing and an instrument like guitar or bass, because I did a little bit of music. And I auditioned for a performance course, the Cert 3 at TAFE, and I got in 6 months later into a different, they were doing a night intake. But by then I was already sort of immersed in
When
the
you say
music
immersed
industry
in the music industry, what exactly were you
having
doing?
through TAFE and traveling to Gymea to do that from. I was living in Maroubra. It was kind of quite a hike. I hadn't really experienced real work.
Yeah.
So that seemed like a lot to be traveling a couple of hours in each direction by public transport. I know, to do a 6-hour TAFE day. I was just learning all about a little bit of production, a little bit of marketing.
And what made it the wrong fit, you think, for you? Like, was it one of those things where it was the fantasy meets reality, or?
But yeah, it was just in TAFE, learning the theory of it.
Yeah.
And all of the teachers had been in the industry in some ways, and I don't know, it didn't feel like the right fit, but I didn't know yet how to commit to doing anything.
Okay, so from there, what were you thinking, and where'd you go from there?
I think so. I think it just was not glamorous in any way, shape, or form. Like, it was just work, it was marketing, it was just business. And I hadn't realized that. It wasn't fun. Okay, so I think I had a boyfriend who lived on the other side of Sydney, and I can't remember the exact year, but at some stage we started a business. So he was learning web stuff, web design. He thought that was where the money was, because it was, we're in the 2000s by now. So I did interactive multimedia at Crow's Nest TAFE in the evenings, and spent a couple of years doing that and learning about web design. Yeah. Right time, and sort of pretending to have a business during the day. I have actually no idea what I did for a few years. Like, I was kind of working and stuffing around, but
you learned web design, you know? Did you learn to code?
Yeah, I don't really know. It's all become a blur. Yeah, I did learn some basics. It's come in kind of handy with all the technology changes now, but all outdated. But I don't know. I can pick up a program or I can edit stuff here and there, and very basically, like, I made an HTML website from scratch, but yeah, nothing very fancy, just making a few pages and a table, and making a heading bigger like, yeah, pretty basic stuff.
Love it.
Yeah,
What size would you like this setting?
yeah, exactly. And what color? Could change colors.
Because I can
Yeah,
do that too.
yeah. But even then, it wasn't really particularly useful because there was really good software that people were using.
Yeah. That's sort of okay. So in the 2000s, you're bumming around, which I totally relate to. And did you have kids?
No,
Because I didn't know that about you. So I well not not everyone has kids. So that didn't happen. Was that a choice?
no. So I'm there's a term for it that I'm childless by circumstance.
Yep.
And so that's been a pretty big journey or non-journey for me. Yeah, I've just every relationship has led to no kids for various reasons.
Yep.
And some I did have stepkids for a while, and that kind of ended as well. So and even now I'm kind of dating, and I still meet people with the most bizarre reasons for not having kids, that things I hadn't even thought of. It's just for some reason doesn't seem to be currently my lot.
Yeah.
But I have learnt about a lot about it, and there's that in Australia. It is hard to talk about.
You
One
don't
in
have to.
four. Yeah, thank you. But there's 1 in 4 women in Australia don't have kids.
Yeah. It's an increasing
like it's a huge number. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going up. And they reckon one of the biggest reasons is uncertainty of the future. They reckon the younger generation are going to be, less and less likely to have kids due to all this uncertainty from climate change to, the COVID and monkeypox and, just what's going on and
Yeah,
with
and
the
I
world.
get that. And it's so expensive just to live now,
Yeah.
to bring kids into that as well. But definitely I see the environmental, ethical reasons that people have for not having kids.
Yeah, there's so many people, and so there are a lot of reasons.
Mm.
Okay, so what was going on? What was going on for you? So where are we? We're circa late 2000s?
Yeah, well, so in the mid 2000s, I studied something that has changed my life and has led me to where I am now. So finally, because when I left school, I had health issues, problems with sleep, with digestion, with a whole lot of stuff. And I was always interested in natural therapies.
Yeah.
And so in 2004, I enrolled in a certificate in massage, and went on to do the diploma. Did really well. Like it was, I not only finished, but I came first in the class, and
Of course.
like I know it's not really a surprise, but yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, just, I mean, I'm still a massage therapist. I have my own business. And so it's been, even including study, like 18 years of massage now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are your hands tired?
They are. They're starting to get a little bit of issues, but, it's more in my neck, back, leaning over the table, just like everyone who doesn't sit up straight.
You'll have to get into the Thai massage where you get up on the table.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, I'm always looking at different things to get into now, and it's a part of the study is I have to keep updating my skills with continuing education anyway, just to be eligible for first aid and health fund insurance,
accreditation and stuff.
The rebates, yeah.
So how did you overcome these health problems?
I think by not focusing on them so much, that's really helped.
Yep.
Just kind of
like the aging thing.
Yeah, I think whatever you focus on gets more attention.
Yeah.
So actually just learning to let go, live a bit, relax, enjoy life a little bit. But my massage journey has really been really instrumental in self-acceptance as well. So I still have some kind of autoimmune issues, but it's kind of everyone, like most people, do have something, and I've been privileged to know about it with all my clients. They fill out a health form with all their medical history on it, so it's I'm kind of very aware of
relate to that
what people are going through, and it's it's really helped me to accept myself as well as them. I have no issue accepting whatever anyone else is going through, but my own stuff's been like, oh, there's something wrong with me.
That feeling like I should be doing better. Like, it's okay for everybody else, but for some reason I should be doing better than this, you know.
Yeah.
The shoulds. Got to stop the shoulds. But I guess it gives you that unique perspective too, like into other people and what they're going through. And I think when you place yourself in a context, it always helps to make you feel like you're not alone. You're not the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I should feel better. I should have better health. I should drink more water. The shoulds. Yeah. And it's not lost on me that I've spent 18 years providing care for people. So while I haven't been a mother, there is a very caring element about what I do. And I also do some disability support work now as well. So there's another caring role. So that's kind of definitely been part of who I am and what's brought me a lot of joy.
And all right, so the last 18 years is really it must have had lots to it. Now, am I right in believing that you are living in a property that Grace Kim
Yes.
owns?
Yes.
It
is absolutely true. Okay. Yeah.
How did this
come
about?
We reconnected a little bit when she moved to the mountains. So I've been in the mountains now for 18 years since I enrolled in TAFE. And she came and had a massage when she discovered I did massage, which was lovely. And we tried to reconnect a little bit, but she has kids, so she was quite busy with that and her work. And I guess we didn't try too hard. Otherwise we would have got together had a cup of tea or something, but we didn't do that. But we kept in touch online a little bit. And so during the second lockdown, I was living on my own in a lovely little cottage and couldn't massage. I did have disability work, but I was I was having a very bad time of it with no financial support and at the time, and disability work, all the clients were struggling because of lockdowns and restrictions and finding that really challenging. Yeah. And then I got a notice that I had 90 days to vacate the property that I was living in.
Oh, don't you love it?
So I had a little cry to start with. And then I didn't really think about it for a month. I wrote this dream list of what I wanted. And this is the house I'd been kind of fantasizing about for years. It had 3 bedrooms. It had a massage studio. I could keep chickens. It had a beautiful garden. It was great heating. I had all these things on it, and just put that on the fridge. And I don't know. I didn't panic. But I felt like maybe I was procrastinating. And friends were telling me, oh, there's no rentals, you can't find anything, we're looking for you. And after about a month, I realized, hey, I better start looking for somewhere. And I just put a little notice on Facebook saying, hey, friends, this is what happened. I need somewhere to live. And saying what a great tenant I was and talking myself up a bit. And within an hour, I had 2 offers, and one of them was from Grace, that they had an empty house and would I like to come and look at it? And it just went from there. And the thing is that this is their dream house.
Perfect.
You know, it looks totally different from what I was imagining, but everything on the list is in this house. It's just, I'm sitting in the massage studio at the moment, which was where Grace was teaching piano. And it's just been such a blessing, and that I still almost can't believe it that this happened and that I'm living in this beautiful house and getting to know Grace and her husband. And that's been really amazing as well.
And it's beautiful for her too to have a tenant she can trust, and the whole thing works.
It is, and it's
meant to be lovely.
And I think that I didn't know this at the time. We might have been in a class or two together, but we've got similar values. And while her life's been very different to mine, I just think that those core values of community and home, and I don't have kids, but I'm still family oriented, and very community oriented. We've really connected. So it's been really lovely, and such a surprise.
Beautiful values.
Yeah.
These things happen when we least expect it too. And do you believe in that kind of stuff, putting stuff out there to the universe, like when you put it on the fridge? And is that sort of a way you function?
Yeah. If I don't write something down, it doesn't happen. So I have to remind myself to write something down. But it just, I don't know, it just has this way of making something happen if it's written down, if I've put it out there. But I guess there's tricks. I have to not think about it too much. Like, I never in a million years could have come up with this as being where I would find a place to live.
Yeah, if you'd planned it. I've totally learnt that too. My best laid plans.
Yeah.
Things happen in a way I couldn't possibly plan. So, beautiful thing. So you're here now. Do you have plans for the future?
I guess I'm just starting to think about that a little bit. That's where because with all the last few years, my business has definitely suffered. It was affected by drought, in that clients couldn't afford to come because I do live. There are some more remote, rural communities that might book massages. The bushfires, the pandemic, the floods. So, plus a big relationship breakup. So I've had everything kind of thrown at me for the last 4 years or so. And I've been kind of in survival mode. During that time, I was building up my business. So, so business-wise, just kind of surviving has been where I'm at the moment. And so now I feel like I'm starting to recover financially and kind of emotionally a little bit from the last few years. So I feel like I'm at that place where I can start to think about it. And I do rent a space in Katoomba that I have a few ideas about that could be somewhere I put my energy into. But I'm kind of sitting with what's next for me, work-wise,
Yeah.
career-wise, whether to employ people, build up the business a bit. Yeah, so I'm not really sure yet.
And 5-year plans have really just become a thing of the
It
past
has,
with
it
COVID.
has. And now I was just listening, they're talking about monkeypox now. So, there's like, what is going on? But I feel like I'm in a good place that whatever happens, I feel like I've not just survived the last few years, but I'm starting to thrive a little bit. And I'm not necessarily seeing huge results, but I don't know, I'm hanging in there, and
Yeah.
I feel like the community around me is just so supportive, and
That's beautiful.
friends, family, community, we're all kind of helping each other out. So
Yeah.
if I do figure out what's next, I feel like I'm in a really good place to kind of make that happen. Yeah.
For sure. And I think this was a question that was on my list that I kind of abandoned my list of questions because it just
Yeah.
didn't work. But one thing I was going to ask you was like, when you look back at yourself now in high school, how do you see yourself compared to how you saw yourself then?
I feel like who I am now is who I could have been in high school. Like I'm the same person, but I feel like I'm in high school. Like I started off year 7 all excited. I was doing stuff before school. I was doing what speaking class, or I don't know, some kind of speech or speaking classes that they got lots of people in the year to do. And then I thought that was a bit
Yeah.
daggy after a while, or I didn't want to get up early. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I kind of shut down a bit in high school.
Was it that fear of authenticity?
I just didn't know who I really was, and how I didn't understand
Yeah.
about having emotions, and that it was okay that they'd pass, or like it's just a feeling.
Took me 25 years to figure that one out.
I know, like I think I probably have some kind of undiagnosed neurodiversity that, I've never been tested for anything, but I kind of had problems starting things, finishing things.
Totally relate.
Still do now, but I've kind of come to terms with that, and that's all okay. And I've got all these hacks in order to get things done now. So, but I did shut down a bit, and I didn't know that what I was feeling was that everybody was feeling different, and that finding things hard was kind of normal, and that talking to people, I don't think I talked to anyone. I didn't talk to my parents about what I was feeling. I didn't talk to friends. I mean, they knew a little bit, but I didn't think I had the words to be able to speak. Whereas now I guess it's that acceptance, like
self-acceptance.
I kind of and with everything I've learnt up until now, so I think I wanted to be cool, and I didn't know how, and I didn't know how to be friendly. I didn't know how to say something nice to someone, like I like your hair.
I used to have the worst foot in mouth disease. I can still be guilty of it. Go to give a compliment and it comes across like the worst insult. And I'm like, oh, so not what I meant.
I know, and like I was a bit afraid of people, and just I just didn't feel very comfortable in my own skin at all.
Relate.
And being like where I am now, and where I am now, I'm out there and I'm talking to people, and I'm flying by the seat of my pants, doing everything last minute, but that's kind of what I do.
Gets it done.
Yep. Get it done. Don't worry about being perfect.
Big one.
But I'm kind of out there giving things a go. So last year I did tap dancing. This year I'm doing belly dancing. Ooh. I'm in an environmental choir. I'm sort of reaching out to people and giving things a go. Making friends everywhere I go just by saying hello.
It's not that hard, is it?
Like, it isn't that hard.
Used to feel impossible.
And it's, so I feel like I always had that potential, but now I'm living it and I'm feeling really comfortable with myself. I'm kind of goofy and approachable. It's made life really fun is the other side of things. Like, I don't worry too much, and I like to try to get a smile from someone and make someone feel a bit better. That's kind of my whole mission in life, just with massage, with everything I do. I just want someone to feel a little bit better.
How lovely would it have been to have been doing this stuff the whole time? And I say this for myself.
I know.
Just as much as to you, you know. Just how lovely could life have been, you know. But we're here now, and, you know, the lessons turn you into who you are, and that's more acceptance, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, like, I still have those down days and frustrations where I stomp about and get a bit cross.
Good old tantrums.
Yeah. And then I'll let it go, move on. Or I might feel like I've got to say something or take an action, tell someone how I feel, tell them I'm being a bit silly, but I feel like I need to say it anyway, you know. Just do all that stuff and move on to the next thing.
And I watch it with kids, and that's how they just naturally behave, you know. They have an emotion, they express it, and then it's over. And then, you know, I watch an adult, they'll have an emotion, shut it down, hide it, stash it, try to pretend it's not happening, comes out sideways, you know, and you think, oh, wow, kids have so much to offer in that way, you know, the way we were when we were little.
Yeah.
Probably should have just stayed that way rather than learning, you know, because then you got to unlearn all the crap you learn when you're trying to be better.
Well, I think I learnt that pretty young. Shut everything down, pretend, hide how I was feeling, be a good girl.
Don't cause a problem.
Yeah. No.
Causes more problems in the end, but don't know that till later on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, look, it's been so lovely to talk to you and catch up. I feel like we've covered. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, I don't think so. It's very weird having a kind of one-sided conversation. Like, I haven't been asking you questions, so I'm hoping that you've got someone. Like, are you going to talk about yourself at some stage, or someone interview you?
Yeah, we've talked about this a couple of times, and a couple of people have offered to do it. And yeah, I mean, I probably should. I'm trying to make it about other people because, you know, one of my defects is making everything about myself. So it's probably a good role for me to be asking the questions and not talking for once. But yeah, sure. I'll add it on at the end.
Yep. Awesome. No, I mean, we've had a little catch up. It's been lovely.
All right. Look, thanks, Elyssa. Thanks so much for making time.
You too. Okay. Bye.
See ya. Thanks so much for that conversation, Elyssa. That was just really beautiful and very thought-provoking. So thanks again.